And today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be filming a pet peeve / favorite things video. I was originally just going to make this a pet peeves video, but then I realized that I probably shouldn't make a video that is just hating on everything. So I have a few pet peeves and favorites in my little YouTube notebook here, and I'm going to alternate and go through them. So the first pet peeve is... Now, this has been my pet peeve for a really long time. It was my #1 pet peeves, and it still is. It's when someone doesn't know what they think. Now, this originated from me asking my sister mainly questions like, she was like, girl, what did you say? Because sometimes she doesn't have proper hearing and doesn't actually hear what I say. And then I tell her, and I say, what did you think I said? And she says, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? What did you think I said? And she's like, I don't know what you said. And I didn't ask you what I said. I know you didn't hear what I said. I just had to explain to you what I said. What do you think I said? But, she's like, I don't know. I didn't really think. How do you... The reason that this bugs me is because how do you not know what's going on in your brain? I don't understand. It's going on in your brain. Your brain is in your head. How do you, do you not know what's going on in your own brain? Are you just not focused? Did you just not want to answer the question? Did you think I said something weird? It's not even like it was only one circumstance. It happens a lot, especially with my sister, and it just confuses me, and it makes me upset because I don't understand it. The next thing is also something my sister does a lot, but she does it on purpose to annoy me. That is eating with your mouth open. Now, the reason that this is so annoying is because it usually creates an absolutely disgusting noise that no one wants to listen to, especially with certain foods like bananas, gum, and macaroni and cheese. And my sister likes all those foods, and it's very disgusting when she does it, especially because when she does it, I tell her, please chew with your mouth closed. And it's usually when we're in the car and she's chewing a piece of gum or she's eating the snacks we brought. So, it's she's chewing, and I'm like, Dashi, can you please chew with your mouth closed? And she says, okay. And then I turn away, and I'm looking somewhere else, and she starts doing it again. So, it starts, she makes it like a game or something, and whenever I look over, she stops. And I'm like, I know you're doing it. Daddy's not eating anything, and he's the only other person in the car. Stop. No, it's not. Okay, when you're about to do something and someone tells you to do it. This originated because when I was a little bit younger, maybe a year or two ago, I always used to forget to close my blinds at night, which is something that we have to do. Dashi has an area where she closes the blinds, and I have an area where I close the blinds, and I always used to forget to close my blinds at night. And recently, I've gotten a little better at that, but even before... it was especially with this, because my parents were so used to having to tell me to close my blinds at night, sometimes I would do it without even looking to see if my blinds were open, which created situations where I was going to close my blinds, and I was thinking, I'm being all responsible, I'm doing it without anyone telling me to, I'm about to touch the first blind, and then my dad says, Meezy, close your blinds, and I'm like, I was gonna be responsible, couldn't you have said that, 10 seconds from now so that I could be like, I already did it, and I could be responsible, I could feel responsible, and it happens in other situations too, and you're like, yeah, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of me deciding to do this on my own, because now I didn't decide to do it on my own, you told me to. Now, another thing that is very annoying is when people are hard to reach. I don't think I really have to go into detail about this one, because a lot of you have probably also gone through this problem. To me, it's the 21st century. We have so many different options to reach each other, so it really shouldn't be that hard to reach people. It should be easy. You have so many different social media, so many different ways of contact, so many different ways to text each other. It's just, I don't believe it should be so hard. Another one is when you know you're right, but people act like you're wrong. Now, this happened twice to me in the same week recently. That's why I wrote it down, because I was thinking about that. The first situation was we were playing kickball with my friends, and we were using the rules of basically softball, baseball, because none of us have played kickball professionally. I don't really think that's something that you can do. But, so we were using the rules of softball, and someone had come off one of the bases, or something like that. Someone had come off one of the bases, and they had started to run, and then the person So you come off first base, and then it starts to run to second base, and then the person at second base caught the ball, so they ran back to first base, and I was like, that's not how it goes. That person should be out. You have to run if you're going to get out because you already started running, and she has the ball on first base now, and you already started running there. You're out now. But instead of being out, he ran back to first base, which was really annoying because then one of my friends, Josh, started arguing with me like, he's not out, he's not out. And I'm like, he's out. Why is he still in the game? Shouldn't be on that base. He's out. A rule broken like that happened 2 times with people where, like, someone else didn't move because another person tried to come to the base, and my sister started arguing with me like, no, he should be out, not me. She was the one who hadn't moved from the base because she hadn't moved from second base because someone at third base had caught the ball. And it was fully loaded bases. It was Josh on one base, Josh on the first base, my sister on second base, and then Elliot had to run because he hit the ball. And Dachi said that Elliot should be out for trying to run to a base that Josh was on. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Elliot has to run because he hit the ball. So he can't be out for trying to run. And Josh has to run because Elliot's getting to the base. And if he doesn't want to be out, he has to run. If he stayed on the base and Elliot ran to the base, Josh would be out. So what did Josh do? He ran to second base because he doesn't want to be out. But my sister is sitting there like, I'm not going to move because then Hannah's going to get me out. I don't want to get out. And so Josh tries to run to that base, and my sister's not moving. So he has to stay. So he's like trying to get her to move off the base, and she's not moving. So I say, okay, Dachi, in this situation, you should be out. And she says, no, I shouldn't because blah, 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 Elliot should be out. I'm like, that doesn't actually make any logical sense because Elliot has to run anyway. Even if you don't know the rules of softball, you should know that that doesn't make any sense. And it's quite annoying in other situations too when you know what you're talking about and people are acting like you don't know what you're talking about. Now, my last pet peeve is, this is probably one of the worst things, when you say something and someone thinks you're lying. Now, this is a situation that has been going on with me and my sister for a really long time, that she still thinks I'm lying about something that she thinks I lied about a long time ago. It's really annoying because, I know I'm not lying about it, but she thinks I'm lying about it. It's not a good situation. And, I mean, we don't talk about it, like, constantly arguing, but it doesn't make any sense, because I already said I didn't lie about it. And she's like, yeah, I know you're lying. I know you only did that because you wanted to eat a different whatever, because I know you like it better. Doesn't make any sense. I dropped my notebook. Okay. Now, this is 4 of my favorite things. The first one is being the first one to use the soap. Now, I say the soap because we use soap bars instead of liquid soap because our liquid soap container broke. And, like, the shower block soap and the hand soap, I always think it's very satisfying to be the first one to the soap or the toothpaste, like the bathroom stuff. I don't know why, but I find it very satisfying. Another one is accidentally drawing a perfect letter. Now, my handwriting isn't the best. It has never been that good. But when I'm writing and I write a letter, usually it's a letter with a curve in it, and it looks really good, I'm like, just relishing in that letter, so happy that I wrote it. And if I write a perfect letter in a word that's not actually supposed to be in a sentence, I try to change the sentence so that the letter can stay there. It looks good, so. Okay, opening new spreadable butter. Now, this comes from 2 things. When I was younger, we used to buy the spreadable butter. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know what brand it is, but we got it from Walmart, and we used to get the one with canola oil in it. And you would peel it off, and it would look just like, it had a very nice swirl kind of thing on top. It was Land O'Lakes butter, and it had a really nice swirl thing on top, and it looked so pretty. And whenever you go to hotels, they always have that butter in the packaging, and you rip the packaging off, and it's just this nice swirl, and it looks amazing, and it's just so satisfying to be the first one to open it, and you would get to see that. And then the last thing is estimating the amount you need of something. Like, if you're building things, or you're, like, let's say an example would be if you're in Minecraft and you have to build something and you guess that you need that amount of blocks. And then you use it and you have exactly the amount of blocks you needed. Not one more, not one less. It's amazingly satisfying. Also, when you're doing something like, let's say you were having a party and you estimated how many party favors you would need for the tables you set up. And you had exactly the right amount of party favors. It's a very satisfying experience to have estimated the right thing. It's like, I got it exactly right. That was the last one of my favorites. I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing some of my pet peeves and some of my favorite things. And I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you'd like me to do for my next video. Bye!